Before we get into the video, make sure y'all hit that like button, subscribe if you're new. I mean, come on, what are you doing if you're not subbed to me by now? My content is fire, from stop motions, news videos, reviews, music occasionally. All my social media accounts are linked down below, and now, let's get straight to it. What's up, you guys? Thank you for clicking on this video. So as you can tell by the title, Mark Clonas on Instagram, who is one of the Hasbro Transformers designers, he brought us in-hand images of animated Voyager Optimus for Legacy United that is coming out in like 4 months, January or even late November or December for some places in the US, Canada, and probably in China too. So a lot of cool stuff to look forward to. But in the caption here, I'll start off with the caption, then I'll give my opinion on the images as always. So Mark wrote here, "Animated Optimus Prime is heroically slicing into your collection, so you better make some room for this beefcake." Oh yeah, baby. And then he goes on to say, "To kick off this character to my Takara brethren, Koki-san, I actually just painted over Derek J. Wyatt's character art sheets for the actual animated series. The style is so exaggerated and fun, I wanted to make sure I didn't lose the heart and soul of the character. As you may have guessed, redesigning a character to fit alongside the other legacy characters so everyone looks like they live in the same world is rather difficult. I guess it wouldn't be fun if it wasn't a challenge." So he's taking some shots at people talking about, you know, the G1-ified designs and how those come out for Prime and animated characters. It's understandable. I do think the animated ones are a bit better, but some of the constructive criticism that's not negative and hating on the designers, we don't want none of that. But the constructive criticism, I do understand, and some of it I do agree with. And then he continues to write here, "One of my major priorities was the extendable axe, and man, is it fun to pose. The other major priority was getting the face sculpt right and nailing down the colors. I was really worried about the blue, and it took a multitude of times to tweak in the blue to get it right with the factory. I'm also glad I could give you the different colors and all the tints. Oh, did I mention the light bar comes off on a 5mm post and can be utilized as a small shield or even perhaps add some aerodynamic flair to the back of the axe. A lot of hard work went into this guy. I feel like every time I work on an Optimus, there is a certain standard that needs to be upheld. I hope Koki-san and I did this character the justice he deserves. Roll out!" Nice little caption there, giving us some insight on how the design process worked. I really hope we get more in-depth posts from Mark about this stuff, because it really does seem interesting, all the hard work that we don't even know about behind the scenes that goes into the making of these figures. So going on with the images here, this looks really nice. Like I've said in the past videos, in the past like 2 weeks talking about this figure, I'm not in a rush to get this guy because I already have the original Voyager class animated Optimus, and that figure, besides the weird flip down face mask gimmick that doesn't really look that great when you flip it down, that figure is almost perfect. So I'm not in a rush to get this guy, but definitely at some point I will, because he's probably one of the better G1-ified animated / Prime characters we've gotten, and this looks really nice. Looks like you could get him into some nice poses with the axe. The axe is 5mm port compatible, so you could plug in some blast effects in there, similarly to how he did in the show at times when he's like charging up the axe, jumping up in the air, ready to slice some cons or space barnacles or rock lords, whatever they face throughout the series. And it looks really nice. You could even store the axe on his back, which is pretty cool. So that's some nice weapon storage, and it looks like the bottom of the hilt can come off and you could plug it in as 2 pieces, similar to the War for Cybertron Voyager Optimus that just came out a few months back. So that's a nice touch. I was wondering about that in my past video, and plus I think that lends credence to a Toxitron repaint coming out either next year or the year after, whenever they plan on dropping that, because Toxitron had this weird like plunger weapon / gun in animated that looks a lot like the bottom of the hilt that comes off here with this Optimus figure. So looks like we might be getting a Toxitron, people. Another one at that, which is crazy. We went from having 0 mainline chug Toxitron figures to potentially getting 2 within the past 2 years. It's absolutely insane. These new Hasbro designers are out of their minds, and I absolutely freaking love it. So yeah, the bottom of the hilt can come off, and he could use it, plug it into the side of his forearm, a la Megatron's sidearm cannon style, or he could probably hold it in his hand as a gun. But as you know, in animated, the Autobots didn't use guns. It was more like melee weapons and energy blasters and stuff like that with Bumblebee's stingers. So it's not really something that animated Optimus would use often, but it is pretty cool that they would include this little feature here. It's kind of a reference to the water gun that the old Voyager class had, so that's pretty cool. I wonder what's that bottom piece? Is that a part of the axe tabbed there? And then, yeah, this is definitely supposed to be a gun for Optimus because the bottom of the axe handle is 5mm port compatible for some blast effects. So that's pretty cool that they thought of that to at least give him a gun in case if you want Optimus to be wielding a cannon along with the axe, you know, classic G1 or whatever other continuity that's not animated style. So that is very cool, and he does show off the light bar that can be used as a very, very extremely small shield on his forearm there. I probably won't be doing that, but it is an option that you could do. And the truck mode does look pretty good. The 3 wheels on each side is a change that I don't mind at all. I mean, it is hard to do what the show model did, even though, if I remember correctly, it was done a bit better and it didn't need an extra set of wheels up front on the original Voyager class. They just moved the front wheel in the back section up a little bit more. But again, I don't mind this change at all. It still does look pretty cool, and it adds like a cool little armorized look and effect to the front of the vehicle that really suits Optimus to me, and it really adds more to the futuristic fire truck that animated showed off in the show, because this is supposed to be taking place in the future. I think it was like, 2050 or something in Detroit, so it does fit in with the design. I do really like it. And I really love the axe. I can't wait to give this to my Voyager class animated Optimus, the original one. I've always been thinking about getting the original deluxe class animated Optimus and giving him that axe that he came with, the battle damage one that was in the 2-pack with Megatron back in the day. I've been debating on doing that for the past couple years, and now that this is out, I don't know, I might just use that, but I still do want that original deluxe class one day. Among other animated figures that I just haven't had the time and money to get over the past few years, but I do still have a pretty nice animated collection that I'll probably show off at some point one of these days when I do a collection video. But yeah, these images do look nice. They give a little bit more insight on how this guy works and how you could use the accessories and the posability. So it is really nice informational images that Mark Colonis gave here, and I cannot wait to see more in-hand images that Mark does on the other figures, specifically Tiger Hawk, Energon Megatron, and Tasmanian Kid. Some people were trying to grill me in the comments a few days ago about me saying Tasmanian Kid instead of Tasmania Kid. He goes by both names, people, okay? A quick Google search on TF Wiki will prove me right. I just prefer to say Tasmanian Kid. It sounds funnier, and I just like it better. But if you prefer Tasmania Kid, that's all you. I don't care. I don't mind. But don't try and grill me or correct me in the comments, even when you're wrong. So, yeah. But other than that, guys, that's pretty much all I want to say in this video. It does look like a pretty good animated Optimus Prime for your Generations collection and shelf. So I can't wait to see all you guys getting this guy in hand and doing your photography and stop motions with him and reviews. Cannot wait. This is a really solid wave of legacy, and I just noticed this a few days ago as people have pointed this out all over social media, but this is pretty much the first wave in Generations in a long time, from what I can remember, that pretty much doesn't have any core G1 characters from the 80s. You can sort of count Tasmanian Kid and Tiger Hawk as G1 because that is in the same continuity, but that's not 80s, it's not classic G1 that we've been accustomed to taking over 98% of the Generations line for the past almost 10 years. So this is a great change, and I hope it continues like this. I'm not saying get rid of doing G1 characters altogether, because there still are a lot of cool stuff that we need done, like Thunderwing, Black Shadow, a new Overlord possibly, and among dozens and dozens of other characters. But that's just something really cool that I didn't think we would see in Generations for a long time, and I just can't praise the new design team enough for making this possible. So thank you guys, and yeah, let me know down in the comments below, what do you guys think about these in-hand images of Voyager class animated Optimus? And all my social medias are linked down below: Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Threads, all that good stuff. My email if you want to DM me about diorama commissions or whatever else, let me know. And thank y'all for watching this video. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye.